Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have some exciting news because yesterday I read online that my local library, which is closed these days because of Corona, has decided to start doing these book bags in which everyone can write a request for some books, and then the next day you can go and collect them at the library. They will have the bag prepared for you according to your wishes. You can request 5 books in total, and you can't really request specific books, but you can write about which genres you like and which topics you're interested in. And right away when I read that information, I grabbed my phone, composed an email with my preferred genres, and now I have this amazing bag of books, which I just collected it and I haven't even peeked in it, so I'm very interested to see what titles they have selected for me. This is kind of like Christmas. I will say most of these books will probably be in Danish because most of the books at my local library are in Danish, so I don't know whether they will be available in English if you find some titles that you might be interested in, but let's find out what's in the bag. I do know that the first book in the bag is actually a book that I ordered before Corona, but I wasn't able to go fetch it before the library closed down. So I asked for them to put that book in the bag as well. So let's start with that book. I am so excited. So the book I ordered before Corona was The Stylist C by Evan Morgenstern. Wow, look at this beautiful edition. So this is the English version. This might be the only English book you see in this video. Very excited to read it. She also wrote The Night Circus, which I read some years ago when it was out and very popular, and I really like that book. I'm very much on the fence about this one because when I read the synopsis online, I feel like it's a bit messy. It's about things that I'm not very interested in. It's very fantastical and it's about a sea voyage as far as I can see. So yeah, The Stylist C. So I'm not too sure about this book, but this is why I ordered it from the library, so I can read it. And if I don't really like it, I don't have to be angry about the money I spent on it. Now let's get on to the books I have no idea about. So some of the genres I wrote for them was historical fiction and contemporary fiction about families and some thrillers and horror. And now Zeus is over here to play. But the first book is a book I already read, but that's fine. I mean, I didn't expect for all of the books to be new to me, but this is Rosie Waltz, The Man Who Didn't Call. This is the Danish version. I'm pretty sure I read this book because my mother borrowed it to me some years ago. It's a kind of a chick lit, but also contemporary, and it's also very much about breaking up, I believe. So I will have to look into this, but I do believe I've already read this book, but that's fine. Let's see what's in the book bag next. This is a new book to me. I think this might be historical fiction. If you can hear some noise, that's Zeus playing with the bag. Here we have what I believe is called The German Girl by Armando Lucas Correa. I think he might maybe be South American, I don't know. But this is set in 1939 as well as in 2014. 1939 takes place in Berlin, and then 2014 takes place in New York. And apparently it's about Berlin during the Second World War, and it's about this great ship that carries a person to Cuba. And then I don't know too much, obviously. It's also about 9/11 in New York in 2014, the aftermath of that, and I don't know too much, but definitely historical fiction. I'm curious to read it. I'm very much in for it. Ooh, I love this. It is kind of like Christmas, getting new books. The Woman in the Mirror by Rebecca James. This looks intriguing. It kind of looks like a thriller, and it's set in Cornwall in 1947 and in New York in 2018. I like how they pick books for me that are set in different time periods. Maybe it's because I wrote historical fiction combined with contemporary. That might be it. This one I've heard nothing about. but it looks really good. And it's about Alice from 1947 and then Rachel in 2018. And something to do with an adoption. Definitely another book I'm very curious to read. Ooh, this, I have a good feeling about this. 2 more books to go. And then we have another book I've read, but it's good, it's okay. This is Kevin Kwan's Crazy Rich Asians, which I read before I saw the movie, and it was a good enough book, but I also felt it was a little bit too silly for my taste and a little bit too focused on how money can change you as a person, not for the better. So it was okay, but I have it. I've already read it. I might read it again. I don't think so. And the last book is also a new book to me. This must definitely be another thriller because it looks like this. And I would translate it into And Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Isn't Lisa Jewell one of those very famous thriller authors? This is Then She Was Gone. It's from 2017 and I've never read anything by Lisa Jewell, so this is going to be interesting. And this one is about 15-year-old Ellie who disappeared, and then it's about her family trying to find her and something to do with a man called Floyd. And that's all I know, but definitely interested. So this is new to me, and this is new to me, and this is new to me. And also obviously the book I ordered, the Stylist C, this one. So out of these 4 books, I think I'm going to start with this one just because this is the one I had ordered. I really want to read it. Then I think I'm going to pick up this one next if I'm in the mood for it at that time. And this one I'm very curious to read as well, just to get introduced to this author, which I have heard about. And then last but not least, I also really want to read this one. And the last 2, which I have read, I am okay with. I mean, I have read so many books, so I was aware that they might pick out some books for me that I had read. Out of these 2, I would say this one was the better one. So if you like the kind of books that I read, this one might be the one for you. And this one was also funny, but I do prefer the movie. This was really fun. I'm very curious to read these books, dive into them, and it feels good to finally have some kind of access to the library again. That's it, the bag is empty. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and until my next one, happy reading.